Morning, y'all. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Josh from 904 PokeJacks going to be talking about the Japanese market. For most of you guys know, predominantly my business is operated on Japanese booster boxes and Japanese Pokemon products. Done some of the simplified Chinese and the Korean Pokemon products as well. Tariffs, we're going to be talking about that as well. Has played a little bit of a role in my ability to procure and sell Japanese products or other Korean or simplified Chinese products. But I think there's like a sweet spot, and this is my opinion, right? So we can talk about Inferno X, right? New set released Japan on the 26th of September. Today was October 1st. So on release day, just based on TCG Marketplace, the price was around $153, right? And 27 sold that day. On the 27th, the market price was $140, and they sold about 73 for that day. The 28th, price went down again to $130, about 99 boxes sold. On the 29th, the price was at $128 and 165 sold. The 30th, price was pretty much the same, $128 and 119 sold. And then as of right now, October 1st, the market price is $127. 128 was the highest, most recent sold, and there's been 69 sold as of October 1st. So what do you think that means, or what that means to me? So typically, when a new release comes from Japan, the prices are high, right? It's that hype, which if you're not, in my opinion, if you're not going to, most suppliers, you can get the new set mailed to you 2 days prior to release. So, and it does come with a higher price, right? So if you're not going to get those X boxes the 2 days before release, I personally find it very difficult, or I would find it very difficult, because I didn't do this, to be able to move those now with tariffs, right? So tariffs, I'm pretty sure everybody's talked about it. It's 15% and basically a 1.5% admin fee. So I was watching the market and looking at my supplier's price. My supplier is a great guy, always works with me. It's been a little difficult lately because of tariffs, but trying to make sense of when to buy in Japan and the right time here in the market for us, right? So we already know English cards already cost a lot, right? And in my opinion, I think it's a little more difficult to move Japanese because you have the price is a little higher now, right? I mean, they still go, but it's a little bit higher. But I just kind of waited it out, right? So I know if I order something from Japan, I typically get it 2 to 3 days, right? So based off of what I saw on the 27th, I saw what price he was offering, which was lower than his prices are always lower, but it made sense to get it because I had a feeling, the trend was going down, as you can see, or as I explained. It was, the price was going down, so I kind of knew my mark of where I could buy those, incorporate tariff, incorporate shipping, and still make a small margin, which it worked out perfectly. I ordered on the 27th. It arrived on the 30th, which, like I said, 2 to 3 days. As soon as I posted it on 904 PokeJacks, it was gone immediately. I sold it for, I think it was $124.99 with free shipping. So even with free shipping and the price I was offering it at, I still made a small margin, right? This is not the get rich quick scheme ever, right? If you're doing it, in my opinion, if you're doing it right, you're trying to be fair, you're making small margins, and then you put that back into the business, right? So that's my take on the Japanese market right now, especially with tariffs. You just gotta watch, TCG Marketplace, look at eBay, see what the prices are going there for. Know what your cost-based analysis is going to be, because you got to pay the tariff. My example of my tariff, I think for the boxes I got was like 73. Don't quote me. It was like $73. So add the boxes, the tariff, the shipping cost, X amount of boxes, and divide that between that, and came up with a fair price, which at the time was definitely below market. So I hit it right on the money. Like I said, I sold it for $24.99. Today's price, or the day they sold for, was around $128. So I was below market, which usually is my goal. And I could have even went lower, but then I would have had to charge shipping, which I think free shipping is it's a good thing if it can be done. It can be difficult. And, like I said, that's just one of those cost-based analysis type things. Shipping's it adds up. It adds up. You're looking anywhere between $568. I think $568, $590 something to anywhere from $10. So I tried, when I do shipping, it's a flat rate. $6. I eat some of the costs for the customers, and I still make a small profit, for the business, I guess, put back into the business. But that's my take on the Japanese market right now with tariffs. I think you just got to kind of watch it, look at the popularity, cost-based analysis. What can you get it at? You're going to pay shipping. You're going to pay a tariff. For me, I don't think buying bulk might necessarily be the right answer. Because when you think of the tariff, right, it's 15% of the value bought, right? Not including shipping. It's just the total price of the box, right? So, I'm sorry, the total price of what you bought. So, you take that in consideration with tariffs. The more you buy, the higher your tax is going to be, right? So, 15%, it adds up on, you ordering $1,000+ case, and then you got to take in shipping and the admin fee. Like I said, I think that's 1.5%. Might be some weird other number, but that's kind of where I, added the equation in. So, you're looking like 18.5% at the end of the day. But yeah, I think this cost-based analysis, if ordering small sums where originally I was ordering large sums, just kind of cutting down to a smaller sum. Yes, it sucks because you can't keep inventory up, but at the same time, and to me, it's safer. And I can still get it out. I sell out, I look at the market the next day, look at the supplier's price, look at TCG Marketplace, say, hey, can I still make a margin if I buy right now? On my website, market clears day when I do the pre-orders, like, hey, I'm going to order this day, expected, we'll just say, I said, order, 27th, I expected them to arrive on the 29th, 30th. They arrived on the 30th, came in, processed all the orders, and they're all getting mailed out today. So, give a good timeline. Once you get that product ready to ship, get it out, the folks paid, get to them as quick as possible. But that's just kind of my take. I'm kind of on a ramble now. Distro, just go off topic. Distro still, no Pokemon allocations yet. Still working with them. I did email them. Basically like hey, I'm trying to set a goal for my business, and it's difficult to set goals and in the business mindset of like, what do I need to do to get to XYZ, right? And basically I said, hey, I'm kind of shooting in the dark. Any insight would be great. just trying to set business goals to know the expectation and how do I get to the next point. And the distributor emailed back, and it was a great email. It did clear up some things, kind of, gave me a little bit of a gold area based off, my distributor's experience. So that was good to get that, and now I'm kind of incorporating that into 904 PokeJacks. But other than that, that's all I got. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Hump Day. Almost the weekend. Check out 904 PokeJacks. $6 flat shipping. I do put some of my personal collection items on there sometimes. I got some Zelda items, Mega Construct Pokemon Legos. I got Final Fantasy playmats from Magic the Gathering. Those are pretty awesome. I actually bought one for myself. I'm a huge Cloud fan. So I got that at the house. A lot of odds and end things. Like I said, I did do I did order the next Y set, Azur Lane Volume 2. Now, if I get allocations, I don't know, but I did put an order in for them. I think that releases October 17th, so hopefully distributor will let me know sooner than later if I am actually going to get any or not. Also have Card Vanguard. It's, maybe a sleeper, I'm not sure yet. And Cookie Run seems to be pretty popular. It isn't on TCG Player, but eBay, it's on there, and it seems like it has a very core fan base type field play. As I still kind of do my homework on it and learn about it. But yeah, check it out, 904pokejacks.com. Appreciate the follows, the likes, the subscriptions. Continue to help make it bigger and better for y'all. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.